By dinner, they seemed to have made up. Dad was working late. Daisy was sleeping. She'd grown up a lot earlier in the day, and Mom made an appointment to take her to the vet the next morning. The three of us were sitting down, and no one was talking. Finally, I said, "So, are we going to see Justin in a play?" Bea didn't answer, but looked down at her plate. "You know, Augie," said Mom quietly, "I hadn't realized what play it was, and it really isn't something that would be interesting to kids your age." "So I'm not invited?" I said, looking at Bea. "I didn't say that," said Mom. "It's just I don't think it's something you'd enjoy." "You'd get totally bored," said Bea, like she was accusing me of something. "Are you and Dad going?" I asked. "Dad will go," said Mom. "I'll stay home with you." "What?" Bea yelled at Mom. "Oh, great. So you're going to punish me for being honest by not going." "You didn't want us to go in the first place, remember?" answered Mom. "But now that you know about it, of course I want you to go," said Bea. "Well, I've got to wait someone's feeling here, Bea," said Mom. "What are you two talking about?" I shouted. "Nothing!" They both snapped at the same time. "Just something about Bea's school that has nothing to do with you," said Mom. "You're lying," I said. "Excuse me?" said Mom, kind of shocked. Even Bea looked surprised. "I said, you're lying," I shouted. "You're lying," I screamed at Bea, getting up. "You're both liars. You're both lying to my face like I'm an idiot." "Sit down, Augie," said Mom, grabbing my arm. I pulled my arm away and pointed at Bea. "You think I don't know what's going on?" I yelled. "You just don't want your brand new fancy high school friends to know your brother is a freak. Your brother is a freak." "Augie," Mom yelled. "That's not true." "Stop lying to me, Mom," I shrieked. "Stop treating me like a baby. I'm not retarded. I know what's going on." I ran down the hallway to my room and slammed the door behind me so hard that I actually heard a little piece of wall crumble inside the door frame. Then I plopped onto my bed and pulled the covers up on top of me. I threw my pillows over my disgusting face and then piled all my stuffed animals on top of the pillows like I was inside a little cave. If I could walk around with the pillow over my face all the time, I would. I don't even know how I got so mad. I wasn't really mad at the beginning of dinner. I wasn't even sad. But then, all of a sudden, it all kind of just exploded out of me. I knew Bea didn't want me to go to her stupid play, and I knew why. I figured Mom would follow me into my room right away, but she didn't. I wanted her to find me inside my cave of stuffed animals, so I waited a little more. But even after 10 minutes, she still didn't come in after me. I was pretty surprised. She always checks on me when I'm in my room upset and stuff. I pictured Mom and Bea talking about me in the kitchen. I figured Bea was feeling really, really, really bad. I pictured Mom totally laying on the guilt. And Dad would be mad at her when he came home too. I made a little hole through the pile of pillows and stuffed animals and peeked at the clock on my wall. Half an hour had passed, and Mom still hadn't come into my room. I tried to listen for the sounds in the other rooms. Were they still having dinner? What was going on? Finally, the door opened. It was Bia. She didn't even bother coming over to my bed. And she didn't come in softly like I thought she would. She came in quickly. Goodbye. Augie, said Bia. Come quick. Mom needs to talk to you. I'm not apologizing. This isn't about you, she yelled. Not everything in the world is about you, Augie. Now hurry up. Daisy is sick. Mom's taking her to the emergency vet. Come say goodbye. I pushed the pillow off my face and looked up at her. That's when I saw she was crying. What do you mean goodbye? Come on, she said, holding out her hand. I took her hand and followed her down the hall to the kitchen. Daisy was lying down sideways on the floor with her legs straight out in front of her. She was panting a lot, like she had been running in the park. Mom was kneeling beside her, stroking the top of her head. What happened? I asked. She just started whimpering all of a sudden, said Bia, kneeling down next to Mom. I looked down at Mom, who was crying too. I'm taking her to the animal hospital downtown, she said. The taxi is coming to pick me up. The vet will make her better, right? I said. Mom looked at me. I hope so, honey, she said quietly. But I honestly don't know. Of course he will, I said. Daisy's been sick a lot lately, Augie, and she's old. But they can fix her, I said, looking at Bia to agree with me. But Bia wouldn't look up at me. Mom's lips were trembling. I think it might be time we say goodbye to Daisy, Augie. I'm sorry. No, I said. We don't want her to suffer, Augie, she said. The phone rang. Bia picked it up, said, okay, thanks, and then hung up. The taxi is outside, she said, wiping her tears with the backs of her hands. Okay, Augie, open the door for me, sweetie, said Mom, picking Daisy up very gently like she was a huge droppy baby. Please, no, Mommy, I cried, putting myself in front of the door. Honey, please, said Mom. She is very happy. What about Daddy? I cried. He's meeting me at the hospital, Mom said. He doesn't want Daisy to suffer, Augie. Bia moved me away from the door and held it open for Mom. My cell phone's on if you need anything, Mom said to Bia. Can you cover her with the blanket? Bia nodded, but she was crying hysterically now. Say goodbye to Daisy, kids, Mom said, tears streaming down her face. I love you, Daisy, Bia said, kissing Daisy on the nose. I love you so much. Bye, little girlie, I whispered into Daisy's ear. I love you. Mom carried Daisy down the stoop. The taxi driver had opened the back door, and we watched her get in. Just before she closed the door, Mom looked up at us, standing by the entrance to the building, and she gave us a little wave. I don't think I've ever seen her look sadder. I love you, Mommy, said Bia. I love you, Mommy, I said. I'm sorry, Mommy. Mom blew a kiss to us and closed the door. We watched the car leave, and then Bia closed the door. She looked at me a second, and then she hugged me very, very tight, while we both cried a million tears.